Hello, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all back to my channel, TI Dental Decay. As you'll know, the main aim of this channel is to guide all the medical professionals and the skilled professionals who would like to consider other countries as an option to work and acquire education from, etc. Now, today regarding dentistry, the country that we're going to talk about next is not just about the country and its procedure, but also we're going to talk about the immigration policies. By knowing the policies and what this country has to offer you, you can make better decisions. After knowing the policies, which are very important when you select a country with its procedure on how to work as a dentist there, it is going to be much easier for you to decide later on. Without much further ado, let's go. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about how to work as a foreign dentist in Kuwait. Now, I guarantee you that this video is the only video on the internet that you need in order to find out how to work as a dentist in Kuwait, the step-by-step process, and the immigration policies as well. So grab a pen and paper, take screenshots because this is going to be a long video but very helpful, and let's go now. So let's start with the table of contents. What are we going to talk about in this video? So we're going to cover all the steps, but the one essential thing to note is that you need to find a sponsor or an employer in Kuwait. Without that, it's not possible to actually go and take the exam. So this is something different in comparison to the other countries that we're going to talk about later. Let's talk about the steps now. Step 1, prepare your documents. Step 2, credential verification. Step 3, apply for the Kuwait dental licensing exam. Step 4, prepare and sit for the KDLE. Step 5, attend the licensing interview. Step 6, obtain temporary license and a work visa. Step 7, we're going to talk about the immigration policies. And Step 8, in conversation with the doctor, that will tell you all the necessary details as well. So let's talk about the essential information first. In Kuwait, you cannot directly apply for the Kuwait dental licensing exam on your own. You must first have an employer, a sponsor, a clinic, a hospital, or a private health facility that is willing to hire you conditionally and then apply for your exam and license on your behalf through the Ministry of Health. So that's the procedure, which is very different from other countries. Alright, so let's talk about the step 1. You have to prepare and authenticate your documents. So before anything else, you have to gather the necessary documentation and send them. So the documents are the usual: Bachelor of Dental Surgery, your degree, internship completion certificate, your house job, clinical certificates, your CV, very important, your passport copy, personal photographs, good standing certificate, Kuwait Medical Association membership proof, and equivalency of the scientific certificates. Now, it should be verified by the Kuwait Ministry of Higher Education. And when you have to authenticate the documents, it is from Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Kuwait Embassy. Step 2, credential verification. Submit your verified documents via ECFMG's EPIC system for primary source verification. Ensure reports are sent to the Ministry of Health in Kuwait. This step is mandatory before applying for the license exam. Step 3, apply for the Kuwait dental license exam. The Kuwait dental license exam is a prometric based exam that assesses your dental knowledge and clinical skills. Preparation is crucial, and you can find resources and practice materials through various online platforms. Of course, I'm going to do my research and talk about the online platforms later on. Okay, so one important thing: when you apply for the exam, your employer can submit your application for a conditional job offer while your licensing process is ongoing. This includes your documents, license request letter from employer, Kuwait Medical Association membership proof, your passport copy, and your photographs. Now, this is important. And Ministry of Health will review documents and make check equivalency with the Ministry of Higher Education. So when you apply for the exam, these are also some things that are necessary, and after that, you will be allowed to sit for the exam. Step 4, prepare and sit for KDLE. Now, the exam format is more or less like the others. There will be part 1, MCQs, part 2, case scenarios, and part 3, oral viva and the interview. So you have to study all the dental specialties: anatomy, pharmacology, the clinical practice, etc. Step 5, attend the licensing interview. Ministry of Health may require an interview to assess your clinical knowledge and suitability. You have to bring all your original documents and, of course, be professional and be confident, and you will nail it. Step 6, obtain temporary license and work visa. Now, upon passing the exam and the interview, you'll get a primary license approval and a temporary license to practice, and your employer initiates the work visa and the residency permit process. Now let's talk about the immigration policies. Alright, coming to the very important point, the immigration policies. Let's talk about it. Now let's talk about citizenship first. Now, Kuwait is very restrictive with the citizenship. Foreigners almost never get citizenship, even if they have lived and worked in Kuwait for decades. So the only common exceptions are people of Arab origin married to a Kuwaiti, with conditions of course, and special cases approved by the Emir, which is rare, usually for exceptional contributions. Now, the important thing here is being a licensed dentist or working in Kuwait does not automatically give you citizenship. So what options do you have? Let's talk about it. Number one, residency is employment based. So foreign workers, including dentists, live in Kuwait on a work or residency visa sponsored by the employer. And if you stop working, retire, or leave your job, your visa will expire and you must exit the country unless you find another sponsor. But don't lose hope, because we have good news and we have some long-term options. Let's talk about it. First is the golden residency, long-term residency. If you qualify as a skilled professional or investor, you can apply for long-term residency independent of your employer. This allows you to stay even after retirement, but it's not automatic. Now, golden residency or the golden visa, let's talk about it. The eligibility for skilled professionals like doctors, dentists, etc. is you must have a valid residency visa and license in your field, must meet income and professional criteria, clean legal record, of course, and usually requires a sponsorship by the state or employer. Now, the key points would be residency is renewable 5 to 10 years, but not the same as citizenship, and it allows you to live and work in Kuwait long term, sponsor your family members, and own property in some designated areas. Now, the Kuwaiti spouse. If you're married to a Kuwaiti, you might have more options, but that usually applies only to spouses of Kuwaiti citizens. Now, there are some rare circumstances, like, for example, if you have served the country for decades, you can be allowed to stay, but it's rare and not guaranteed. So let's not keep our hopes on this one. Now, let's talk about the backup plan. Now we know all the pros and cons, so let's talk what can we do from here. So after 20 plus years of work, if you retire, unless you don't have a long-term residency, you might have to leave the country. So most dentists can plan to either save money for retirement and leave, or apply for a different Gulf residency, or thirdly, use the golden residency scheme if they qualify. Usually dentists do qualify for the scheme. Now, Dr. Faisal has worked in Kuwait since years, and I have a video where he's talking about some prerequisites and some tips on how to work as a dentist in Kuwait. But the video is going to get too long if I include Dr. Faisal's interview here, so I will upload it as a part 2 shortly within a day or two, so stay tuned. Now, having said that, I conclude with this video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I really hope this video helped. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to message me on my Instagram. And if you're new to the channel or you find this content interesting, kindly do subscribe so that more content is available to you. Lastly, I hope my content helps you, and have a good day.